So I need a director and 2 act. Come on up, Seth. Why not?
I'll direct.
Alright, and what scene are you going to be doing?
Give me a sec. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with that other Lion King scene.
Oh, okay. Oh,
One with Nathan Lane.
the one with Nathan Lane. Well, we don't use.
I know
Oh.
that, I'm just kidding.
Okay. I'm saying. Just so you guys know.
3 people total.
Right. Just so you guys know, I know you were joking about this, but never refer if you're ever doing a script, filming something that happened to be done by someone else. Never refer to the actor who did it, to the actor who you cast, because they're gonna end up doing it like the character you just mentioned. Okay. So never mention the character that you did. Okay. Pumbaa, Timon, and Simba. Correct? So that's, now I have 3 girls here because there was a problem when I was doing this. I had girls, so it really should be 3 boys. So now who has not acted yet? Let's see. Oh, Matt hasn't acted, and Cliff has not acted. So can you do it, Matt? And Rob has not. So you 3 will come up. Are you guys familiar with The Lion King? Not really? That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So Seth, these are your actors.
Do you need that card right away? As soon as it's done. Okay, give me about.
Not instantly, no. No, I did a few minutes.
All right, that'll work.
Okay. Okay, great. So, all right. So Seth.
Okay, so who's gonna be who? Is that my decision?
Yes.
Okay, then who here can look the most depressed at the moment? Because, you know what, I'm gonna go with you being Simba at this moment. You two know each other better, I'm guessing, so, and therefore I think you might bounce off each other a bit better, so you're gonna be the liker.
Okay, so who's
You're gonna
Timon?
be Timon and Pumbaa.
Well, you get the one.
Okay then. You wanna run through one?
Yeah. So
before
give them 5 minutes to look over the scene, and you have to. Now, here's one thing that I would say, that even though I know we are in a very relaxed atmosphere, right, very casual, still, director, you don't need to explain why you're casting someone or what your casting process is. You know, all you do say is, Cliff, you're Simba. Now you may be thinking to yourself, who is sad, and you can think, but don't actually say it out loud, because what the actor, actors are very
self-conscious.
yes, and if you said, who looks depressed, and then you said, oh, I'll make you Simba, all of a sudden I'm gonna say, oh great, I'm Simba. I'm no longer thinking Simba who is whatever. I'm thinking now he thinks I'm depressed, right? So you just already colored me as a person and flavored how I'm going to react towards you now when I'm doing my thing. I'm saying, okay? So you want to avoid making any sort of personal comments out loud about why you're casting somebody in a particular part. And you don't have to explain, oh, you guys look like you get together, so, we get along together, I'm going to cast you as this and that. You just say, you're Timon, you're Pumbaa, and that's all you have to do, all right? Too much information can actually hurt. But when it's given in the right way, it's okay. So, okay, thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's going a little bit longer than expected, but this is the last time we're doing this. I'm going to do some closing words, and I'll let you guys go. So I appreciate you guys being patient. Okay, are you guys ready? Timba and Pumbaa? Timon and Pumbaa? Are you ready? All right, Seth. So watch what they're doing, and then give your notes.
Is it action? You guys say action?
Oh.
Okay, go.
Hey kid, what's eating you? Nothing. He's at the top of the food chain. Ah! The food chain? So where are you from?
Who cares? I can't go back.
Ah, you're an outcast. That's great. So are we.
What'd you do, kid?
Something terrible,
Good.
but I don't want to talk about it.
We don't want to hear about it.
Come on, Timon. Anything we can do?
Not unless you can change the past.
You know, kid, in times like this, my buddy Timon says here, you gotta put your behind in your
No,
past.
no.
I mean,
Amateur, lie down before you hurt yourself. It's you've got to put your past behind you. Look, kid, bad things happen. And you can't do anything about it, right?
Right?
I'm not going to poke your nose.
Let's just say,
Wrong. When the world turns back on you, oh, I'm supposed to poke your nose, sorry. I get to poke everybody's nose tonight. Wrong. When the world turns back on you, you turn your back on the world.
Well, that's what I wasn't taught.
Then maybe you need a new lesson. Repeat after me. What?
What?
Hakuna Matata. It means no worries.
Okay, Seth?
oh, yeah. Well, that was a pretty good run through, I'd say. But, let me think about that. The first thing off, when making a joke, I'd say. Well, I'm sure you all remember Timon. He's acts and seems like a comedian. Basically he's making the joke and he really thinks his own joke is funny, which is why he laughs at it so much, but no one else laughs at it, and then he just decides to move on. Said, okay, no one liked that joke, forget it. And
Okay, so real quick, okay, so very good, Seth.
that's just
But don't mention Timon. You just said, as you remember in the movie, Timon
Okay.
did this. This is your own thing. So you take out Timon altogether and just say, Timon thinks his jokes are funny. No one else does. You laugh at your jokes and they don't, and that's why you kind of realize it. And then you give an example like, you know how you give a bad joke and you kind of go, and you change the subject real quick? That's what you're doing in this one. You say it like that. That way you're not referring to another actor or another character or some other movie that they're going to start equating to their character. Okay? Keep going.
Let me think here. And I'm trying to think of what else to say. Timon, well, the character I'd say is someone who, well, I don't know, what can I say? He bounces off things pretty good. Like when, get more of this here.
While you're thinking about that, talk about Pumbaa. About Pumbaa.
I mean, what do you want me to?
Well,
Anything else?
well, if you think about it, like, what did you see between Pumbaa and Timon and Pumbaa? What did you think about their relationship?
What I think, well, you're telling me not to think of the movie, so.
But right, but their relationship is you guys are buddies, right? You guys are
Yes.
buddies. You're pals, right?
Okay,
Hey,
well,
man, I love you, man. You're great, but you know what? You smell,
yes,
right?
You two are joined at the hip, and Timon, and it may be true, you see yourself as more of the, I don't know, want to say in charge, but definitely the smarter of the two. And Pumbaa's is apparently more, well, his head's more in the clouds than Timon. He doesn't say, things don't come off as snappily to him as well, even though not everyone laughs at your jokes, you seem to have a better way with words. It's reflected in the sort of thing. Like, who cares, I can't go back. Ah, perfect, you're an outcast, you're like us. And you hear that sort of things. I don't want to talk about it. Ah, good, we don't want to hear about it. We're all the same thing. And that's when and it's reflected in that scene where Pumbaa gets the proverb wrong. Can't even say it. And Timon, well, it's written here, it's the same thing. You look at him, look at your friend, as he's saying the proverb, you can already tell he's going to get it wrong. Because it looks like this has happened before. It looks like I wouldn't be surprised if Pumbaa tries and repeats a bunch of other things before and gets them wrong, and Timon constantly has to correct them over and over again. And that's the way when you're saying no, no, it's like, yeah, this is like the 50th time this has happened. So like lie down before you hurt yourself. I think that's what it means.
Great.
And
good job.
that's just one way to say it when the relationship with you two guys.
Good job. Good job. Much better, Seb. Okay, and now Cliff. What about anything for Simba?
Well, you pretty much did it right, but I guess, well, this has happened right after we found the guy nearly being attacked by buzzards. We're still going by the script, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being basically, well, depressed and pessimistic. You've just seen your father die, and you think it was your fault. You've been led to believe it was your fault. And, yeah, so like you're really down. You don't think anything's going to be able to get to you, and that's why even if you see other people, it's not going to matter. So, just like you don't want to talk about it. Who cares? I can't go back. Well, something bad, but I don't want to talk about it. You're not in the mood to talk. And they basically have to drag it out of you, have to like pull it out of you. So
Great.
yeah, that sort of way.
Okay, great. Okay, you guys got some words of enlightenment there. So now use those words and the direction there, and let's do it again. I'm gonna give one real quick thing before I give my thing, but can you just pick up the pace just a bit? I know it's a cold read for you guys, but I feel like it's like a line and a line. Can we make it more like, it shouldn't be a 5-minute scene. So just a little bit quicker with your repertoire back and forth. Okay.
Okay, just give me a minute here.
No problem. Oh, gosh. All right. Next.
Hey kid, what's eating you?
Nothing. He's at the top of the food chain. Aha. The food chain. So, where are you from?
Who cares? I can't go back.
Ah, you're an outcast. So great. So are we.
What'd you do, kid?
Something terrible, but I don't want to talk about it.
Good. We don't want to hear about it.
Come on, Timon. Anything we can do?
Not unless you can change the past.
You know, kid, in times like this, my buddy Timon says here, you gotta put your behind in your past.
No.
I mean,
Amateur, lie down before you hurt yourself. You've got to put the past behind you. Look, kid, bad things happen. You can't do anything about it, right?
Right.
Can I just interject here?
Is this-
What?
Settle for just pointing at him like something's bad. Right. Wrong. And then continue. That'll settle for that. If you don't know what to do when that goes
Yeah,
in.
let's freak it all.
It's okay.
All right.
You guys are fine.
I lost my place.
Halfway down, poke Simba's nose wrong.
Okay.
Can't do anything about it, right?
Wrong. When the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the world.
Well, that's not what I was taught.
And maybe you need a new lesson. Repeat after me. Hanukkah Matata Mata.
What?
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. It means no worries.
Okay, great guys. Hey, hold on. All right. Do you know what you're doing here, Timon, by chance? When you say nothing, he's at the top of the chain,
No,
food
I
chain.
don't know anything about
The
this
food
at all.
chain. Okay. You're making a joke. The joke is he's a lion.
Yeah.
He can kill anything, eat anything, right? So when you say he's the top of the food chain, that's a joke, right? Now, who's not laughing? No one. And you reiterate the punchline again. No, the food chain is the punchline again. Did you get it? It's like someone says, so I walked through and there was a nun! A nun, right? Anyway, so, right, that's the thing. So you want to do that. That's the whole joke right there. So that's what this whole thing is no one's laughing at your joke, and then you're like, okay, forget it. Very good. All right. Then you say this. Oh, you're an outcast. That's great. So are we. How do you feel about that?
I have no idea. I don't know what I am.
Well, you are a meerkat.
Oh, a meerkat.
You're a meerkat, okay? You're a meerkat. Okay? Now, the thing is, he's an outcast. right? You guys are outcast. So,
Cool with that.
right? So now you're great. Hey. So now you have something in common. Before you had nothing in common because you think he's going to eat you eventually. He's a lion. So he's an outcast, and now you're going to say, oh, that's great, so are we, right? I'm not giving you lightning on that. I want you to be excited, though, like more like, hey, great, we got something in common. And then he says, what's wrong? I want to talk about it. Well, that's good because we don't want to hear it, right? Now you go back to your little sassiness again, right? So you got to keep that in mind. Simone? Simba, sit down, please. I don't want you moving. Don't move. You are just depressed. Like, don't move, okay? Nothing's gonna make you leave that spot. Nothing, okay? So, Pumbaa, what are you trying to do to Simba?
Oh, I'm trying to cheer him up, I guess.
Great, so let's see you actually making that effort to cheer him up. Because right now, I don't get that. So, you're trying to cheer him up, you're trying to like make Pumbaa not make an ass of himself, and you're trying to like be the party star, the guy who knows everything, right? So let's kind of see that working where you're trying to cheer him up and you're trying to stop him from making a fool of himself, okay? While trying to figure out what's going on with him anyway. Let's try that, okay? Okay, let's try one more time, guys. And I know you don't know the script, and that's fine. If you have to look at your script to follow along, I'd rather have that right now than to have you having to give interaction. Because what's happening is we're losing the pace of the scene. So that if it's too slow, we even lose the jokes of the joke. So let's try one more time. Okay, guys? So here you go. And Pumbaa, whenever you're ready.
Hey kid, what's eating you?
Nothing. He's at the top of the food chain. The food chain. So where are you from?
Who cares? I can't go back.
Ah, you're an outcast. That's great. So are we.
What'd you do, kid?
Something terrible. But I don't want to talk about it.
Good. We don't want to hear about it.
Come on, Timon. Anything we can do?
Not unless you can change the past.
You know, kid, in times like this, my buddy Timon here says, you gotta put your behind in your past.
No.
I mean...
Amateur, lie down before you hurt yourself. You've got to put your past behind you. Look, kid, bad things happen, and you can't do anything about it, right?
Right.
Wrong. When the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the world.
Well, that's not what I was taught.
Then maybe you need a new lesson. Repeat after me. Hakuna Matata.
What?
Hakuna Matata. It means no worries.
Very good, guys. All right, give him a hand. Good job. Good job, Seth, too, as well. Have a seat, guys. All right. So, as you can see, it takes practice, but there is a way of talking. Oh, you can keep that.
That's mine.
That's yours. Oh, good.
Thank you.
It takes a while. It takes a while to get used to, but there is a way of talking to actors and getting what you want across, and it takes practice. So, what I would do is when you're alone, just practice giving them notes. Practice giving fake notes, and just get used to saying things. And it's as if this, as if that. Think of a movie from a scene, like any movie you want. Pick a scene, imagine it was done bad, and then give notes on that bad scene. And say, here's what I want. Do not refer to the actors who are doing it, refer to the characters, okay?